recent UFC Fight Pass acquisition, the Legacy Fighting Alliance, will put on their 82nd event this Friday, headlined for the vacant light heavyweight title, starring one side of two in Alex Polizzi, who has gone undefeated since 2016 and will get his toughest opponent by far to date. Today we are going to look into the career of Alex Eazy Polizzi and look at some of the things that he has done throughout his career and what makes him a viable UFC prospect coming into this fight for the LFA. I'm extremely excited for this bout, and hopefully you learned something with this video. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Combat Sports Central for insight on all upcoming prospects in the form of career retrospectives. But without further ado, let's get right into looking at Alex Eazy Polizzi. I'm going to start this career retrospective not from MMA specific combat sport experience, but instead we're going to start in a different form of combat sport. We start from high school as a high school wrestler at Belvoir Memorial. He chose wrestling over football as a senior as he put the pieces together in accomplishing an undefeated WIAA Washington State Championship, improving from his 44-1 record the previous year to go perfectly undefeated at 45-0 going into college, being recruited to D1 schools. He was recruited to the 14th ranked D1 Big Ten school in Northwestern, becoming a Wildcat. He qualified for the NCAA Championship 3 times and wrestled to an overall record of 73-45. He wrestled at 197, and when he came to MMA, he actually made the move to 205. His wrestling career ended with his 5 years of college from 2010 to 2015, and we'd see his next combat sport action inside the amateur MMA cage in 2016. Coming in Chosen Few Fighting Championship, aligned with his gym, the Chosen Few, on their 8th event as an amateur, Polizzi would take on Theron Yizis. At the start of the second round, he found a double leg like most wrestlers do and started a trend of finishes that has lasted until today. He'd win 5 in a row and would lead him into his pro career by 2018. He would strike if necessary, but instead, usually muscling his opponent to the ground and finishing them from a dominant top position. Moving to pro, he finished 2 more fights immediately and got his first proving ground test against a combined record of 7-0 through amateurs and pro, a Rufus Sport fighter, Cedric Savage. Conditioning turned into the story where Polizzi was the victor, flattening Savage out in the second round, and Polizzi was able to grind out a stoppage, raining down blows until the ref ultimately stepped in, declaring that Savage was not intelligently defending himself. Training out of the Chosen Few in Wisconsin, when the LFA came to town for his 4th fight, Polizzi was quick to enter his name. He would get a matchup for the LFA on LFA 70 for his first fight out of Chosen Few Fighting Championship or Pure Fight FC. Now in this fight, it would be much of the same for Polizzi, who would step in and stop his opponent in the very first round, being able to take him down and stop him from mount. This was an extremely impressive performance, and it put Polizzi's name on the map for some more prominent MMA fighting organizations such as Final Fighting Championship. In his most recent outing, headlined by teammate Mark Lemminger, Alex took on former UFC fighter Daniel Jolly at Final Fight Championship on the September of last year. Polizzi was outstruck in the beginning, but again, as he does, was able to find a way to get the fight to the ground, and Polizzi was able to stop Jolly in the very first round once again. Now, with 9 total fights on his record, completely undefeated, he actually has 9 stoppage victories, 5 coming in his pro career, all before ever seeing the 3rd round. This guy is an extremely interesting prospect to look out for organizations such as the UFC, Bellator, and ONE. And if he's able to pick up the win on Friday against a UFC Contender Series opponent, it's very likely that we will see Alex Polizzi inside a prominent professional MMA organization in the very, very near future. I'm excited to see him be really tested this Friday at LFA 82. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of Alex Polizzi. If you've ever watched some of his fights, what is your opinion on him? Do you think that he's going to have success in MMA when he does eventually hit the big leagues as an undefeated prospect currently? I believe that with fine-tuning his striking game, he could very possibly be a contender in, again, prominent MMA organizations. But that will do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, again, remember to smash that like button and subscribe for up-to-date MMA news, prospect insight, etc., etc. But again, see you later, guys.